And now for our next news special report.
Breaking news, folks. The Democrats' plan to steal our elections just got exposed, and it's worse than we thought. While Elon Musk and top Republicans are sounding the alarm, the Biden administration is fighting tooth and nail against common sense voter integrity measures. We've got explosive video of Chuck Schumer revealing their true agenda. And wait until you see the shocking official document from Arizona. Plus, Elon Musk's tweets are on fire. Stay tuned for my final thought on why this matters to every single American. And before we dive deeper, let's talk about protecting your future. Just as we're fighting to safeguard our elections, you need to secure your financial freedom. With the U.S. dollar weakening and our national debt skyrocketing, it's time to consider gold. Global Gold Investments is your trusted partner in precious metals. They're offering Next News viewers special treatment and a free 2024 Insure Your Money Wealth Preservation Guide. Plus, get their 5-year IRA fee waiver program on qualified rollovers. Don't wait. Call 888-700-4148 now or click IRAGoldproof.com in the description below. Protect your wealth like we are protecting our vote. Now, back to the story. Let's get into it. The Democrats are at it again, folks. They're trying to pull a fast one on the American people, and we've got the proof. First up, check out what Chuck Schumer said about their real plan.
Now more than ever, we're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
Wow. You heard that right. They want to give citizenship to millions of illegals. Why? Because they're desperate for votes. Now the Biden administration is fighting against the SAVE Act, which would require proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. They claim it's unnecessary, but of course, we know better. Representative Chip Roy, well, he isn't buying it. He's calling out the Democrats' assault on American citizenship, and he didn't stop there. He went on Fox News to break it all down. Watch.
1% of voters specifically say they are in favor of voter ID. So Democrats are going to vote against something that 81% of Americans are in favor of? Really?
Yeah, well, I was proud to join with the Speaker of the House and my friend Mike Lee over in the Senate to introduce the SAVE Act. It's legislation that I authored. This is legislation that would require proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. We don't think this is that complicated. As you said, it's an 80% plus issue across the board among the American people. But Democrats, as usual, are so out of step and out of touch that they're going to fight it. They're going to challenge it. And they're going to try to stand up for the continued destruction of election integrity in this country, rather than just making a simple statement that only citizens should be voting in our federal elections. We have the power to do that under the Constitution. We should do it. There's been credible indication and evidence of mass efforts to recruit people who are here illegally and non-citizens to vote. Virginia had to clean off their rolls last year. They had 1,500 they had to clean off. There's thousands of examples across the country. Let's fix this right now, even as the president has had his lawlessness destroy our borders and import millions of people into this country. And they've even acknowledged that they intend to try to register these individuals to vote, using welfare rolls to do it, using Medicaid to do it. Let's stand up right now as America and say only citizens should vote, and you should have to provide proof of citizenship to register.
Well, I would.
Now, let's talk about Elon Musk. He's not pulling any punches. When asked why Democrats oppose voter ID, he said plain and simple, because they want to cheat. But it gets worse. Look at this form from Arizona's Medicaid office. They're practically inviting non-citizens to vote in federal elections. And Musk, well, he called this out. He said this is messed up. Speaker Mike Johnson, he's fighting back and with the SAVE Act and Musk, and he's not mincing any words. You can see right here. But it's not just about non-citizens voting. Our entire voting system is at risk. Musk warned about electronic voting machines, and he's not alone. Listen to these experts and politicians, including Democrats, well-known ones, warning about our vulnerable voting machines. Watch.
Virginia just stopped using touchscreen computer voting because it's so vulnerable.
Right.
We need to look at all the voting machines. Every Secretary of State needs to be, assisted in making sure that they are not being hacked and attacked.
I continue to think that our voting machines are too vulnerable.
Researchers have repeatedly demonstrated that ballot recording machines and other voting systems are susceptible to tampering.
Even hackers with limited prior knowledge, tools, and resources are able to breach voting machines in a matter of minutes.
In 2018, electronic voting machines in Georgia and Texas deleted votes for certain candidates or switched votes from one candidate to another.
The biggest seller of voting machines is doing something that violates Cybersecurity 101, directing that you install remote access software, which would make a machine like that, a magnet for fraudsters and hackers.
These voting machines can be hacked quite easily.
You could easily hack into them. It makes it seem like all these states are doing different things, but in fact, 3 companies are controlling that.
It is the individual voting machines that pose some of the greatest risk.
There are a lot of states that are dealing with antiquated machines, right, which are vulnerable to being hacked.
Workers were able to easily hack into an electronic voting machine. It was possible to switch votes.
43% of American voters use voting machines that researchers have found have serious security flaws, including backdoors.
We know how vulnerable now our systems were. I know the hackathon that took place last year, where virtually every machine was broken into fairly quickly.
I actually held a demonstration for my colleagues here at the Capitol, where we brought in folks who, before our eyes, hacked election machines, those that are being used in many states.
It's as clear as day, folks. The Democrats are trying to change the rules of the game. They want to flood our elections with non-citizen voters and use hackable machines to count the vote. But here's the kicker. We need ID for everything else, but not for voting? It doesn't add up. We need to wake up, America. Our republic's at stake. The SAVE Act isn't just about elections. It's about preserving our nation's future. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. The Democrats have finally tipped their hand. From Schumer's brazen admission to Biden's opposition to the SAVE Act, their agenda is clear, and they are after our sacred right to vote. Musk, Roy, and Johnson are rallying the troops, but it's up to us to defend the ballot box. Our founding father, Samuel Adams, said it best. Let each citizen remember at the moment he is offering his vote that he is executing one of the most solemn trusts in human society. Folks, our republic's future is on the line. It's time to stand up and be counted.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.